Welcome to On the Chain. This is Chip. Jeff will be joining us shortly. This week, big moves in crypto, bigger moves on the world stage. President Trump just nominated Mike Selig. Yes, that Mike Selig to head the CFTC. Trump's landing in Malaysia like a rock star. Peace deals are being inked in Southeast Asia, and global power shifting fast. Vegas lights up for Money 2020, XRP bridges on uphold, and Evernorth brings regulated exposure straight to the big leagues. From blockchain to ballroom battles, this week proves one thing: crypto and geopolitics are no longer separate worlds. Let's go.
Welcome to On the Chain.
Guys, tell us where you're coming in from today. Go ahead and drop it in the comments. I see you guys have been very active very early, but Jeff's having some technical difficulties. It happens sometimes, so he'll be jumping in here as soon as he can. He's going to reboot a couple things and he'll be joining us. So how is everybody? Got a big week coming up as always, so it's very good. Where are we at? We at right here. That's where we're at. Right here. Here's where we're at. We coming in from. We are live. That's right. So much money. There we go. Warren Tech Center. There you go. Beautiful. Hotlanta coming in from Hotlanta. Beautiful. Good to hear that. I was happy to see a nice Bills win, 40-9 today. That was a nice rebound from their two-game losing streak. Good to see that. If you got any football fans in here, we're going to start off with this story right here, kind of the lead story that I teased in the beginning, but we're going to go jump into this. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that workshop, and hopefully Jeff will be in here soon. I hope he's going to be in here soon. Let's hope he's going to be here real soon. Let's go ahead and share this here. So this is David Sachs, and if you guys know David Sachs, awesome business guy, but he's also the White House AI and he's crypto czar. And he put out this post right here: President Trump has made an excellent choice in Mike Selig to lead the CFTC. And as you guys know, the CFTC is probably going to be the lead on the regulatory body, not the SEC. The SEC is going to have very little to do with crypto, unless, of course, it comes into the security realm. But it's really the CFTC, which is going to be the governing body. David Sachs goes on to say that, as anyone knows him will attest, that Mike Selig is deeply knowledgeable about financial markets. Jeff, should I add you to the stage there? Are you coming in? Give me a thumbs up. Are you coming in your own there? Or are you getting stuff ready? I don't know if you can hear me, but I'm going to keep going. So he's deeply knowledgeable about the financial markets, passionate about modern areas.
There I am.
All right, good. You're back. You're back.
The whole system. I'm back.
You're back.
with regular internet speeds.
Oh, good. Yeah, Jeff was having like dial-up speeds. We knew something was wrong. I couldn't even chat to him on the pre-show. So
I was like, wah, 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 wah.
So let me start this over. President Trump made an excellent choice of Mike Selig to lead the CFTC. As anyone knows him will attest that Mike Selig, deeply knowledgeable about financial markets, passionate about modernizing our regulatory approach in order to maintain America's competitiveness in the digital asset era. Mike has not only been instrumental in driving forward President's crypto agenda as the chief counsel of the SEC Crypto Task Force, he also brings deep experience in traditional commodities markets from his time working at the CFTC under former chairman Chris Giancarlo. Chris Giancarlo was an excellent chair. So it's really great. And even Giancarlo also gave him a vote of confidence. On behalf of the President's Working Group on Digital Assets, Patrick Witt and I look forward to continuing our work with Mike to deliver on President Trump's promise to make the U.S. the crypto capital of the planet. Thoughts on that, Jeff?
Of the planet.
Planet, baby. Planet Earth, I believe it is.
I like it.
Maybe other planets. I don't know. You could always throw in the moon and maybe Mars in there.
Mars is good. Let's go. Let's go with Mars.
I say why not?
Good option.
Yeah, I say why shouldn't we do that? So it's really good. Tony Edward gives it a big thumbs up. And
there we
got
go.
A lot of great people that chimed in there. Super excited about it. Mike Selig himself jumped in here, and you guys probably know him because he's been he's been pretty vocal out there, and he is a really great choice. He says he's go ahead and take this one, Jeff.
Badassery.
Go ahead and read that. Go ahead and take this one here.
So Mike Selig, let's see. I'm honored to be nominated by President Trump. Look at that. It's always great when you get a presidential nomination to serve as the
Still
16th
waiting on mine.
chair of the U.S. Commodity Futures Trading Commission. That would be the CFTC. You're still waiting for yours.
Still
You haven't
waiting
gotten
for
yours
mine.
yet?
Nothing yet. I'm still waiting.
I'm holding mine. It's
Oh, okay.
been sitting in the mailbox. I'll get it eventually. With the president's leadership, a great golden age for America's financial markets and a wealth of new opportunities stand before us. I pledge to work tirelessly to facilitate well-functioning commodity markets, promote freedom, competition, and innovation, and help the president make the United States the crypto capital of the world. It's interesting when you hear that versus when you hear from the SEC. It's such a division of thought process, right? It seems like the SEC is still looking to dominate and control, and the CFTC, look at that. I pledge to work tirelessly to facilitate well-functioning commodity markets. That's what they're supposed to do. Promote freedom, which is good within the commodity market, competition within the market, and innovation within the market. That's their whole role. That's it. That's their job, and wants to work with the president to make the U.S. the crypto capital of the world. You got to love that. Crypto capital of the world.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Perfect.
It's a great nomination, and Caroline Pham has been doing a great job as the interim. So she's kind of been holding down the seat because you remember he pulled the other nomination. It wasn't right for him. So Caroline Pham kind of jumped in here. So like 10K per EOU. Trust me, bro. Of course, end of year. He said,
Trust me, bro.
He said it, so it's true.
He did say it.
I think Abraham Lincoln also said something like that, and it was on the internet, so I believed it. So
He did. He said, "Trust me, bro."
he's like XRP to the moon. So Caroline Pham said, I congratulate my good friend Mike Selig on his nomination as the CFTC chairman. I've known and worked with Mike since his service with former CFTC chairman Giancarlo. Mike's deep familiarity with the CFTC markets will benefit all of our constituents, from agricultural and energy producers to exchanges and market participants and digital asset firms. I've also enjoyed working with Mike in his current role as the chief counsel of the SEC the SEC Crypto Task Force and senior advisor to SEC Chairman Paul Atkins. Mike is the right leader for this pivotal moment for innovation and market structure together with the CFTC's Crypto Sprint and SEC's Project Crypto will usher in, in the golden age of crypto. I look forward to supporting Mike and a smooth transition at the CFTC. I'm also grateful to the President, Donald Trump, for the opportunity to launch this important work and get the agency back to basics. That's it right there, back to basics, because even the CFTC was off the rails in the last administration, Jeff, which goes to show. And then here, John Deaton kind of chimed in too. He commented on Mike Selig's. He said, to say the regulatory environment in America is significantly improved in less than a year would be the understatement. To be candid, although clearly simple to accomplish, i.e. put the right people in the right jobs, 2 years ago, this seemed unimaginable. Congratulations. And I chimed in too, and I said, it's funny, it all started with the new president, but you have to admire the administration's choices for key leadership roles. First, you had Paul Atkins over at the SEC. Now you got Mike Selig at the CFTC. Kind of a dream team, the two of them. This move is especially encouraging because the CFTC is really going to be one set to take the lead as crypto's main regulatory authority. And that's why I almost view this one a little bit slightly above, and not that Paul Atkins, but he's got the SEC's got a big job, especially, and the only time it's really going to touch, I think, Jeff, the only time it's really good, SEC is going to get involved with crypto is when it starts getting into the security market.
That's when it should. Yeah.
Right. That's what it should. But that's not what we saw. We saw the SEC last time, right? All kinds of rules. We should do this. We should do that.
Or at least trying to write rules. Yeah.
Now,
they talked about a lot of rules. They didn't write any
interpretation, regulation by enforcement. Now, here's what's interesting about Mike Selig. I'm just going to tripping down memory lane here, okay? So when the Ripple lawsuit ended, Mike Selig put this post out there. This was on July 13th, 12:31 p.m. This is when it was announced by Judge Torres, XRP is not a security. He said, massive win by the Ripple team against the SEC. Judge Torres clearly affirms the view that the same crypto asset may be sold as an investment contract and therefore a security, and as a standalone good. The investment contract is the security, not
Yeah,
the crypto asset.
Solid point there.
He said, although the judge didn't expressly weigh in on secondary sales, but that's out of scope, this lends support to the view advanced by Director Hinman that a crypto asset may initially be sold as part of an investment contract and then later be resold as a non-security. And considering if an asset's part of the investment contract, Judge Torres distinguishes between blind sales, for example, on an exchange, and then bilateral sales by Ripple pursuant to a contract. The former aren't securities transactions because purchasers didn't expect the funds to go to Ripple. Judge agrees with Library Court that the token theory under Foreman is without merit. A crypto asset may have both been speculative and consumptive for use, and the consumptive use element does not automatically make it a non-security. The judge adopted a broad interpreted of the investment of money prong of Howey, the Howey test, and concluded that any provision of capital or putting up money qualifies. There is no need to establish an investment intent. But the judge didn't stretch this to cover the types of consideration in the free stock cases, e.g. attention, stating purchaser must give tangible, definable consideration to issuer for the asset to establish as an investment contract. A free distribution doesn't qualify. And it goes on, but this is the kind of mind, the kind of person weighing in on a case that knows what he's talking about and is defining it, referencing a lot of different things. It's a really great thread. We're not going to get through the whole thing, but
look how he goes on to the airdrops, because there have been a number of airdrops out there.
Take that one.
So he says this will likely have implication for airdrops and other distributions where persons don't provide payment to the issuer in exchange for an asset, which if you think about Flare, right? Tangible, definable consideration is broader than cash and crypto assets, but attention and use of a network may be insufficient. The order will have little impact on sales of crypto asset to VC and other sophisticated investors. For fundraising, issuers generally no longer sell crypto asset to U.S. purchasers and ICOs and treat transactions with VCs and other sophisticated investors as securities anyways. So that's a lot of this we looked back was early days based on where we're at now. The market definitely matured a little bit. There has been, more deliberation, more understanding of the space as we go on. No thanks to Congress. But in part, we can give it up to Gary Gensler for bringing the enforcement action. I guess he didn't bring it. He just ran with it. Let's go back to Hinman for bringing it, right?
Yeah, but again, like Jeff, remember when that happened? I think the first week we said we might be sending a box of chocolates to him because we may get regulatory clarity before Congress. And it turned out we were right. I don't think we thought it would take the amount of time that it took. I think that was the one unknown there. But we said that is a possibility of what might happen. And in actuality, it did happen. And that was July 13th of 2013. And guess what? We still don't have regulatory clarity. And we're almost in 2026, almost 2.5 years later. But I started looking through Mike Selleck, and I just went ahead and searched for everything. Every time he's spoken about XRP, here's another one from August 1st of 23. He says, Judge Torres holding that there's no investment of money of employee grants of XRP squares with SEC's guidance. SEC doesn't view grants to be broad groups of employees. I'm not even putting that on there. So I'm not even sharing it. It doesn't grant the broad groups of employees via bonus plans as sales because employees don't individually bargain to contribute tangible/definable consideration. Here's another one. This is July 30th. Continue to hear commentators say Judge Torres held that XRP is a security when sold to institutions and not a security when sold to retail. This is incorrect. Judge Torres held that XRP itself is not a security, but it can be sold as part of a security.
Right.
So he's writing a record, Jeff. This is he's getting very granular because, dude, we heard that all the time. No, if you sell it to retail, but if you do it, no, that wasn't it at all. It can't be part of the investment contract.
XRP itself is simply computer code, a fungible commodity like gold or whiskey, both of which can also be sold as part of an investment scheme that implicates security law. Just like we go back to the Howey test, it was over oranges. So the orange grove itself, the the oranges themselves aren't necessarily a security, but they did sell part and part, and that he was actually going to be doing all the work for them, harvesting and selling those oranges, and they were buying stakes in that plot of land in the orange grove, and he was going to do the work and sell all this stuff, and they were going to gain from the shares of the work of others. So it fit all these different tenets, which is why they came up with the Howey test. And so the orange itself wasn't the security, but it was how the whole structure of the agreement with the scheme of it was put together, and that's the whole point. So in this case, the XRP itself isn't the security. However, XRP can be part of a security contract that makes it a security status. So that's interesting on
and so many people got it wrong too. Here's another one from August 7th of 24. SEC asked for $2 billion in monetary penalties from Ripple and got 125 million. That was the other big thing. $2 billion. There was no fraud alleged. That's the thing we went postal about. Nearly 95% under the asking amount. It's like SEC can't argue a $2 billion penalty against Ripple with a straight face any better than it can. This is the guy who's going to head the CFTC. I love him. He's proven himself. There's some history on this guy, and then it just goes on and on. But there's a whole string of things that he's talked about, about XRP, conversations about it. Here's another one from January 10th of 23, about the lawsuit only alleges XRP sales by the issuers required to be registered. Initial ETH sales similarly have been required to be registered, as Ripple loss won't provide SEC with authority to deem ETH to be a security today. So very good stuff. I think it's going to be a great choice, great nominee. I think he'll sail through. At least I think he'll sail through. I don't know what to see how that shakes out, but it sounds to me like he'll go right through.
That's right.
We shall have to see, though. Ashish Birla, who former Ripple board member, and before that he worked on the he was an employee of Ripple, but he's launched Evernorth. And so here's him talking a little bit about it right here. He released this video a day or so ago.
Hey everyone, I'm Ashish Birla. Some of you may know me from my years at Ripple, where I helped Brad and the team bring blockchain to the real world payments. But today, I want to share more about Evernorth, a new kind of company built to provide institutional investors and public markets with exposure to XRP. Think of it as a publicly traded XRP treasury that gives investors simple, regulated, and liquid exposure to XRP. But with a twist, we aim to collectively grow our XRP holdings, and what we generate from the treasury will be used to purchase more XRP for the treasury.
Yeah, it's great. I love this whole ploy about the way they're thinking about this, and the way they're looking at using XRP is fantastic. And this kind of dovetails very nicely with what Brad Garlinghouse said when he talked about, I want to remind everybody, XRP is at the heart of everything that we do. Now you got Ashish going out and doing Evernorth, which it's just exciting on a lot of levels.
We've built an incredible team of leaders from crypto, capital markets, and finance. People who have been at the forefront of innovation, regulation, and risk management for years. Together, we're committed to building something enduring for the long term. And we're backed by a world-class group of investors and leaders, including SBI, Ripple, Arrington Capital, Pantera Capital, and Kraken. Firms that share our conviction in XRP's future. So why now? For the first time, XRP has clear regulatory standing in the United States, opening the door for large-scale adoption. Evernorth is positioned to be the trusted, transparent bridge to the public markets. This is just the beginning, and I couldn't be more excited to build this together with the community at every turn. Follow along. We're excited for what's ahead.
Yeah, so the content of his message was good. I mean, of course, Ashish is not a polished guy, but what he's talking about there, because he got this, a lot of people in the comments were just not listening to the message, but criticizing, like people are saying, like blink, because look, when you sit there and
read it on the screen,
but when you read something, man, it's hard. It's not easy. That's why the people that the news presenters get paid a lot of money, because they're great at reading stuff. They're not good at like talking or asking questions. They're great at reading and having it sound very fluid and good. But
and real, yeah.
But I think what he was talking about there, Jeff, the heart of it, and something. I mean, it just came out of nowhere. It's like boom, all this XRP that's gonna be purchased and then buying and adding back to the treasury. It's exciting stuff, man. I mean, I'm super stoked for it.
Oh,
Ed says
Evernorth
he's
is
down
just
with
massive.
OTC.
Down with OTC. Look at that. Look at that image.
He's got Brad and David there. That's pretty cool. You gotta like that. Gary Guzler is a hatchet man for the left. That the Dems weren't owned by Citi and J.P. Morgan. Who knows? Yeah, I mean the thing is it's funny. Crypto Web's been here from Belgium. What's going on? She translates to Chad in a few dialects, but I can't remember exactly which ones they were really. Okay, there you go. There you have it. Joe Buddy says, cricket as Gary Gensler is my effing homie. That BS lawsuit gave me 4 years to stack my XRP. Changed my life. He's shady as F, but I wasn't. Made my money slinging drinks in the Hamptons for my XRP. Beautiful, dude.
There you go. Yep.
Good for you. Yeah, he did give a lot of people to stack, and a lot of people were like, "Oh, I don't know." And, they're all boo-hoo, and the sky is falling. Oh, everybody was doing a lot of that stuff. This is kind of cool, Jeff. The Sphere. Are you familiar with the Sphere out in Las Vegas?
I am familiar.
Yeah, so it was funny because I was going to a conference there. I was back in March, and I went to the Dobie, and I was in the car. And all of a sudden I look up and it's like right there. It's like right. I'm like, geez, that's it. Because you always see the overhead views and like it looks pretty massive even from the ground level, from the street level. One of the main drags goes right by it there. But Uphold, check this out. Uphold launched a
look at this.
They're on there. Yeah, check this out. This is cool. So for people listening in on the podcast, if you're familiar, it's dark. Okay, so it's a drone that's basically flying around there with the messaging that Uphold's put out here. It's cool as hell, man. So you have all these coins basically twisting around and stacking. And as they stack, it almost looks like a city. Now you see them growing as they converge.
Impressive.
See a city lightly in the background as you start seeing what looks like little offshoots. There's crypto flying around, almost like a bridge. It's the bridge, so they're bridging right here.
Look at that.
Bridge on
Bridge
chain.
on chain. Impressive.
Build on Uphold.
Wow.
Oh, what's really cool about that is obviously when you're seeing that, the music, but the music, obviously they created that animation to the music because it really goes very well. And even if you were to see that, it'd be pretty impressive. But it was a cool animation, especially all the bridges coming together and how everything was floating around. I thought that was really cool. Bold too. What does it cost to run something?
I wonder if they have that music. Do they have that music going when you're standing?
No, there's no music that I'm aware of, but there's music inside. You can go in there and listen to music inside. But I wonder what it costs.
Sledfest said Uphold kicked us Canadians off the platform. We got shafted.
Well, I'll give Uphold a lot of credit. They were the only U.S. exchange that I know when that SEC battle was going on against Ripple. They did not bend the knee, and they said, hey, unless we hear that it's a security, we're not bending. So I will always have a lot of respect because nobody else did. It's sad that they did boot you guys off. I don't know what the reasoning was there.
Probably government.
Well, New York users too couldn't use it. So
yeah.
So there's always that, Jeff. There's always going to be something in the mix there.
There's definitely something.
You never really know what's going on, to be honest with you. But we're going to kind of transition into some geopolitics here. Geo. And Trump was in Malaysia, so this was pretty interesting. And here's another conflict that he brought to a close, Jeff. It's almost like if it was scripted before, if you said, yeah, he's going to end 8 conflicts in 9 months, you'd be like, yeah, okay, whatever.
Not going to happen.
One of those leftists started saying, yeah, but he renamed the Department of Defense to Department of War. I said, well, in 1947, up to 1947, it was called the Department of War. They changed it back to the name that it was. And you know what that means? It's called peace through strength. You want to show strength. We have a war machine. F around, find out. That's pretty much what that's sending a pretty strong message. So let's not. So when he arrived, they had these like drums going, and they had like a traditional sort of a Malaysian type of a dance. So watch what Trump does. Trump, this is great. Trump gets off Air Force One and actually goes over and starts engaging. So I'll describe what's going on there. They got the drums. They're over there. There's kind of a rope that's roped off. There's a red carpet. He jumps off the red carpet and starts going over to them as they're playing, and he does the Trump dance. Look at they're dancing with their arms in the air, and he's doing the Trump dance right up to him. This is the greatest thing ever, man. They're clapping, and he's doing the Trump dance. You gotta love this guy, man. How can you not love this guy, right? Here's another angle of it. Check this out. Look at them all smiling. This is great. They're all dancing. He's doing the Trump dance. He's right up there. You're not going to see a president do this, dude. Right? That's the greatest thing ever. He laughs it off, claps, and walks in there. You can even see the leader. He's like, everyone's like laughing, having a good time, because no one expected Trump to walk off the red carpet and go in there and engage. I mean, there he goes off the carpet, and then boom, there he goes. There's the Trump dance. They all start screaming. Yeah! It's just awesome. Legend, man.
Great.
A freaking legend right there,
greatest.
Jeff.
The greatest.
I mean, he got on in history. I mean, there's never going to be anybody like Trump. I mean, you can't even describe the guy. You can't predict the guy. He's so Trump, man. I don't know what else to say. He's the Trump. He's, you know. And then so here's him on the military conflict. Well, check this out, Jeff. Watch this video.
This is so exciting because we did something that a lot of people said couldn't be done, and we saved maybe millions of lives on this one peace deal itself. And I'll tell you what makes me so happy is the two countries we're dealing with, and the third that helped so much. I appreciate so much. Maybe it couldn't have been done without you, but they really like each other. I'm not used to that when I do these deals. Usually there's a lot of hatred. They liked each other, so it made it a little bit easier. But millions of people are alive today because of this peace treaty. So before I begin, I want to extend our deepest condolences to the Prime Minister, Newton, as well as His Majesty, the King of Thailand, and the entire nation on the passing of Her Majesty, Queen Sirikhet, the Queen Mother, and a beautiful, incredible woman who is so respected all over the world, actually respected. I know the people of Thailand will remember her forever as the embodiment of dignity, kindness, and grace. This just happened. But this is a woman who was so loved and respected. Today we honor the memory by bringing the blessing of peace to the nation she dearly loved. She loved this nation like few people love their nations. This is a momentous day for all of the people of Southeast Asia as we sign a historic agreement to end the military conflict between Cambodia and Thailand.
What do you think about that, Jeff?
He's
another conflict.
He is on fire. He's on fire. There's no stopping him. You know, what's good for, for us is good for the world. It's peace, security, and, profit. And that's, you can't have progress with trade and really, create an environment where other parts of the world can participate. If we're not strong, they're not going to be strong. If we're weak, the world's weak. And that's the number one objective here. And then we have partners around the world where, we have trade agreements where, it's needed to have them come together. And the thing is, we have MAGA, Make America Great Again. And then you have America only people. The America only people, they're very kind of short-sighted, isolationists, and you can't live in an isolationist bubble because it's just not possible. you can try, you're going to end up suffering exponentially as a result of being an isolationist.
Right.
And so Trump's point with all this is there's chaos around the world. We have those trade partners. It's like, hey, come between them, create a peaceful environment, move on with trade agreements, benefit on a global stage, which is through trade and mutual benefit from that trade. And it's about, prosperity for all. And that's what it is. Again, America strong, America great. And then it allows others around the world the same opportunity. And so he's stepping up. And if he can, help those two parties, they're going to look at the U.S. and say, you know what, we want to sit down. Thank you for, coming and really ending the bloodshed, ending the turmoil here. And let's see what is going to happen and the impact regionally. And there's a lot of things going on within each region. And we have to have partners around the region to offset some of the chaos that we have, whether it's from the Islamists, which are gaining momentum internal within Western countries. Soon we're going to see New York fall, just like parts of Michigan have fallen, just like Minneapolis, parts of Minneapolis have fallen, just like the entirety of England is falling to the Islamists. And then you have China, and you have North Korea, and you have Russia, and you have all these other power players around the world that regionally are trying to cause tension and chaos. So Nepal's next. Let's see what happens with Nepal. There's another one. Kashmir, another one.
John Doe says, I think Jeff brings up a great point with the progress we see. I'll add that we should expect tons of noise to this change, because why wouldn't they fight? Change and peace is coming. And you can see that, when that leftist said, well, Trump, he's been killing innocent people on fishing boats. I'm like, okay, bring receipts next time, okay?
Yeah,
because they're all drug boats or submarines. So go ahead and bring receipts next time instead of leftist talking points. The other thing that I pointed out is that, tell me what world leader in the past 20 years brought an end to a conflict. Trump's done 8 and 9 months. Okay, I'll wait. So far, it's been crickets because there is nobody. Keir Starmer doing anything? No. Keir Starmer wants war. Everybody that's a world leader in Europe, they want war. Why? Because they'll stay in power. Macron wants war, right? So this is what they want. Zelensky wants war. And when Trump was trolling him when he was at the White House, and he said to him, what do you mean you stopped? He goes, do you think that we had World War II? We had elections. What's so special? So this is a dictator. We don't ever engage with dictators. We don't give dictators money to win wars. He suspended basically the election that should have been held last year. He also got rid of a lot of the press. He got rid of the Christian, one of the Christian churches, their Christian Orthodox church, because he said it was Russian. This is crazy. So this is a dictator all the way with bad intentions and never wants to settle the score. They can end this tomorrow. You write a peace agreement. Putin's been ready. And if you think you're going to win against Russia, you're sadly mistaken, Jeff. Sadly mistaken. Let me play this right here. So I'm going to quiz you on this. So they have an orchestra on stage for Trump and they play a song. Now, when I ask you this, I know where your go-to answer is going to be, and I know the go-to answer that's going to be in the chat. What song do they play for President Trump? And if you know it, keep it to yourself. I want to create a little mystery around this. What song would they play?
YMCA.
That was my go-to, right? Of course they're going to play YMCA. That's what they're going to play, right? Wrong. They play another song that's very well known for overcoming, right? For winning. Let me play it and see who gets it first. Here we go.
I have the Tiger.
That's another great guess. Let me back it up here. This is epic. Yeah, Rocky. Yeah, the full orchestra on stage playing this.
Oh, Jeff. That's awesome. That's awesome.
It's incredible.
That is great.
Trump just kind of sits up and just kind of looks around. Da, 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 da. What a cool tune to play, man. That's epic. Gotta love this, man. I mean, just incredible. Full orchestra playing their hearts out, man. I like the Trump. He's like, yeah, I resemble that. Getting strong now. Yeah. Do you remember when he would post a picture of him as Rocky? Every time the lips started giving him crap, he would post a picture of him, his face, perfect. Anyway, I'm not gonna get the whole song, but anyway, it's really cool. I just love Trump. I love Trump when he finally recognizes it. He doesn't know.
It's so cool.
When he recognizes, he's like,
so cool. I like it.
It's just great. Does a little head bob. Gotta love that, man. The guy's a classic. Every day there's something else that's more just amazing and genuine. Anyway, I thought that was really cool. What a cool little touch, man, from Malaysia. Great shout out, man. Yeah, they love American culture. Absolutely, 100%. Horns coming in. It was beautiful. Yep, knocking out the cabal, baby. Absolutely, 100%. That's exactly what's going down. Rocky programmed the forever hate of the Ruskies. You gotta love it, man. That's for sure. But it was a trip. It was a really nice ceremony. But I go, of course they're gonna play YMCA. Nope, they took a different road, and a very good one nonetheless. Let me see here. What else do we have here? I'm gonna queue up another video here. Yeah. So on that whole thing of this, I like the way this guy. I'm just gonna preface. There's gonna be some language in this next video. Some people express themselves. Yeah, F bombs and stuff.
Oh no, not the F bombs.
Yeah, I'm just saying. But this guy nails it too because again, when Trump said this, I was like, the guy's just amazing. Look, here we go.
Trump is a motherfucking savage, bro.
Why not just ask for a declaration of war?
Well, I don't think we're going to necessarily ask for a declaration of war. I think we're just going to kill people that are bringing drugs into our country.
There you go. We don't need a declaration. We just kill them.
That's it. It's so straightforward.
Any questions?
So
we don't
easy.
need a declaration of war. We just kill them bringing drugs in. There you
Right.
go.
It's
It's getting
illegal
more
what they're
simple than
doing.
that.
They're an enemy combatant. You don't have they're terrorists. He's already declared them terrorists, and he's going after them. I mean, it's
the simplest
definitely
answer ever.
it's pretty straightforward. Very straightforward.
Kill them. They're going to be like dead. Okay.
We're gonna
kill them. They're going to be
Gonna be
like
like dead,
Okay.
dead,
And
dead.
that right there is why I voted for Trump. I want him dead. Fucking mobster energy in this bitch. Fucking big boss hog energy. And these liberals are so fucking soft, they can't even handle that shit. So go ahead and eat your ginger tofu salad. Put some vegan cheese on your Incrediburger. Season up your 3D
I love this
printed
guy.
steak.
I love
Shine
this
up
guy.
those faux leather boots and get to fucking stepping, because that's what they were made for. Because there's a new fucking sheriff in town, and his name is Donald J. Trump, bitch.
Any questions? By the way, you guys, Bob Ross, right? He had the afro and he painted the mountain pictures. But here's him painting one of those drug boats exploding. Look at this.
77 million voted for a president willing to blow drug boats out of the ocean. Isn't America great?
Isn't sort of great?
It
All
is,
this
yeah.
AI stuff. I mean, this is fantastic. Look at him.
77 million voted for a president willing to blow drug boats out of the ocean. Isn't America great?
Hell yeah, it is. Hell yeah, Jeff, it's great.
Oh yeah, it's great. It's
We got
definitely
30
great. It's the
We
greatest.
got, it's just fantastic on every level, man. You gotta love it. Look at this right here. Here's Tucker Carlson, Jeff. Listen to this. I want to get your thoughts on what he has to say to Piers Morgan. It's kind of a dissertation. He talks for a few minutes here, but listen to this.
Well, the whole point is to humiliate and degrade the indigenous population of the British Isles, the white population. I mean, that's the whole point. And are they really going to do something about it? What would that be exactly? You'd really have to force a lot of people to go back to their countries of origin, millions of people, and you need to do it really soon. And Are they actually willing to do that? I don't know. But these are existential questions that we have been browbeat into ignoring for decades. But the question is, like, is Ireland Ireland? If it's majority non-Irish? Oh, shut up, they're Irish. No, they're actually not Irish. Same with the UK, same with England, Scotland, Wales. Like, it's all changing so fast. Nothing like this has ever happened in all of history, except when, say, the Mongols swept across the steppe and raped everybody. Like, that was true demographic change on this scale. But even that wasn't as profound as what we're seeing in every white country around the world. I would say the West, but Australia and New Zealand also. So, like, what is that? Now, my brain is not big enough to understand what that is. I have a lot of theories about it, but I don't know if they're true.
Jeff, I think your brain's big enough to know what that is. I think my brain might be somewhat big enough to kind of...
and there's a couple points to it too. I mean, he's not saying it. Maybe he goes on.
Well, I'll play the rest of it, but I mean, he's not saying it for effect, right? He's not. He's trying to get the word.
All I know is what the numbers are, and that's real. And no one feels that he can say it. Everyone's like, "Oh well, if that were happening in China or India or Malaysia or Senegal, it doesn't matter." You'd be like, "What the hell is that?" Like, the population's totally different. Look at graduation. Pick, I don't know, King's College Law School, and look at the graduation picture for the last 30 years. Who's in it? Just, like, let your eyes tell you the truth for once. Like, this is a total change in population. Is it better? Is it worse? Can't have that conversation. Who's pushing this? Does the population want it? Population clearly doesn't want it. There's no polling that's meaningful on the subject. I mean, there's no referendum on it. You don't get to decide. You've got no voice in it other than you get to go to jail if you complain loudly enough about it. What is this? I think it's the biggest and darkest thing that has happened in the last 1,000 years, for sure. And I think it's leading somewhere really, really bad. It's not happening by accident. That's obvious, because it's only happening in white countries.
I mean, I think that...
Oh, shut up, white supremacist. Well, in fact, I'm not a white supremacist.
Well,
Thoughts about that, Jeff?
You know, it's interesting, you know, what he's talking about. You know, he's saying things that, you know, he doesn't really want to come out and actually talk about the real problem. The real problem is the creep of the Islamists on a global stage. We've seen this war being waged against the world, not just the West, the world as a whole. You know, he's singling out the West right now because it's blatantly obvious. It's very clear when you have a country like Ireland that is now changing demographically. It's very clear and obvious. Let's talk about all the other countries that have already fallen over the past 1,400 years to the Islamist takeover, to the downfall. He talked about India. India has had a major issue with the Islamists, you know, spreading through India. Pakistan is a perfect representation of that. Pakistan and India are the same people. Why is Pakistan predominantly Muslim? Why is parts of India moving to Islam? And why is it an extremist version of Islam? Why is, you know, much of the Middle East that was previously westernized in the 50s and 60s and 70s? It was Western, right? Meaning, you know, they were like the Europe or Paris of the Middle East in Iran and in Lebanon and other parts of the world. Why is that? Why, you know, not just in Ireland, why are we seeing the Islamists in Iraq destroying all remnant of historical memorabilia history of the Assyrians and beyond? Mm-hmm. Why is it that when you go to parts of Israel that the quote unquote the Palestinian Arabs are now occupying, that they're destroying historic Jewish sites? Why is that? You know, what they've done across the world, across the Middle East, across Asia. Look at Indonesia. Was Indonesia predominantly Muslim at one point, and then the Islamists came in, the barbaric ideology of that the Islamists adhere to, where they want to make sure that everyone converts or dies or you become subjugated? Why is it that you see parts of Africa that have been invaded by the Islamist countries from the north, that have invaded down into the Sudan and beyond, that go down there and take slaves? As you look at what's happening in Nigeria. So it's not just it's just more blatantly obvious in Ireland and England and some of these other states. They're weak. They're unfortunately they're extremely weak in the West, especially in those countries for multiple reasons. Part of it is mindset. If you look at England, the good part of England, the strong part of England is now the United States because we left and we fought back and we got our freedom from the British. The British tried to have a major they tried to spread their control throughout the Middle East and Africa. It didn't work out so well for them, and now they're suffering the consequence. For whatever reason, they have this guilt complex at this point, and now they're just allowing mass numbers of people to flood into their country. That's going to flip the true identification of that country. Same thing with other parts of Europe, but it's just very blatantly obvious. I just hope that at least in Ireland, they decide they're going to stand up and fight back. They're no strangers to fighting back. England, I think they are strangers to fighting back. I don't think they've ever really, though the last time they really fought back in England was against Germany, right? Wasn't that the last time they?
No,
they
I don't
really
even. They didn't fight against Germany, Jeff.
It wasn't the United States.
They rolled over. First of all, if you go back to the Redcoats, they march in a single line and they go, "Hello, we're the Redcoats." Geez, we can't understand why they're picking us off left and right. We are the dominant army. We're the winners. And yeah, the British Empire was phenomenal because it was all over the earth. And the good news is a lot of people speak English as a result of it.
Want to blow you up.
This is right here. Steve Willits, Australia helped Indonesia after the tsunami. They still want to blow us up. This is it. We don't help countries that hate you. Don't give money to countries that hate you. Countries like Australia and the U.S. will always do the right thing, and to their own downfall. I mean, quite honestly, the new Japanese prime minister put an end to Islamic migrants entering Japan. Well, there you go. Japan woke up real fast.
Right, but they're also. Why do you think Egypt and other countries closed their borders to the Muslim Brotherhood? Why are they closing their borders to Hamas? Why are they closing their borders to the Palestinian Arabs? Because they know what's going to happen, right? And it's mind-boggling across the world. Whether you're in Saudi Arabia and in the UAE, they don't want them. They don't want the Islamists there. They're still tradition. Saudi Arabia is trying to go through its own reform movement right now. And they kind of control things along the way they do it, but they don't want the way Iran was or Afghanistan. They definitely don't want the Afghani type rule within Saudi Arabia or the UAE or some of these countries. They kick all those people out. They don't want them in their country, and so that's also something to consider. That they're all ending up in Europe. Because they're not wanted in their own countries. But at a point, also, you look at like a country like Qatar, and Qatar is somehow involved monetarily with spreading this stuff. And they have for years. Saudi Arabia was behind the funding of the majority of the mosques in the United States. And the majority of the mosques in the United States for years were preaching extremism. And they were recruiting people. Think about that.
It's not an oxymoron. Radical Islam is not an oxymoron. Let's reword that. Islam is radical. If you read the Quran, if you study the Quran, it's all. Now, the difference is it's like secular. You have secular Muslims who just, they're Muslim. You have secular Jews. You have secular Christians, right? They say they're Christian. They don't study. They don't read. They don't show up at church. They don't go to synagogue. But, they claim to be either Jewish or Christian or Buddhist, whatever it is. The difference here is all of Islam. When you and are you considered a religion still if you say, like, if you don't believe the way we believe, well, first of all, we'll tax the shit out of you, and second of all, we'll kill you if you don't submit. Like, I don't think that can be considered a religion if the main tenet is we kill you if you don't follow us. And with their crusades, people said, the crusades and the Christians took back what was rightfully theirs. And I think Chad said it in here again that the crusades will be cranking up, but this is what you saw us play last week when the guy said, look, England is predominantly a Christian nation. Well, not for much more, not when the number 1, 2, and 3 birth name is Muhammad. No, you guys better get a hang of it. Like Jim Jordan said it, we're giving the people who want to kill us money. I think they would do that for free. Absolutely, 100% they would do it for free. If here's another one, Zed. If Trump brings peace to Korea, there would be no more denying Trump greatness. Well, that's going to take a little bit of doing, but who knows if it can be unified? I wouldn't put it out of hand for now, but it's just, the whole thing is it's all kind of in that same boat. I'm going to play this video right here. Islamists will never assimilate. That's the first problem. They will never. It's not part of their belief system. They tell you to your face, and they go, I wonder if they're just being weird. No, they're telling you to your face. Listen to this girl.
Islamists will never assimilate. Look at Zoran Mamdani, who was raised by millionaire elitist parents. His father is a Columbia professor, and his mother is a successful filmmaker who gets bankrolled by Qatar. They have more money than 99% of the American population and own properties in different parts of the world. They could have chosen to assimilate and adopt Western values, but instead his father says in his book, we need to recognize the suicide bomber as a category of soldier. Suicide bombing needs to be understood as a feature of modern political violence rather than stigmatized as a mark of barbarism. And like his father, he supports jihadists and doesn't condemn globalizing the Intifada. They will say what they think everyone else wants to hear. They will lie through their duper's delight smiles. Yeah. They will pretend to be victims of Islamophobia and be all about humanitarian causes only to get useful idiots on their side. Islamists are snakes. How do you think 56 countries became Muslim majority when Islam started only in one? This has been their pattern for 1400 years, except now they're using the same playbook in modern context to gain political power. They won't stop until the whole world bows to Islam. This is their core belief and it's never going to change. You'd think by now it would be easy for the rest of us who value freedom and life to see through their taqiyya, but most of you don't even know what that is. When I was Muslim, I was told firsthand that it's okay to lie so long as it advances Islam. That's what taqiyya means, and we're all being played.
We came here to remake this state in the image of our people.
Got to be careful.
There you go.
There's definitely something in the first conflict was with the Barbary pirates. The world, they don't educate the students today. They don't understand. If they don't understand the conflict we had with the Barbary pirates, I don't take anybody serious in the U.S. for the most part that's uneducated when they talk about what's happening in the Middle East, because for the most part, all of these people that come out on YouTube or, especially the libertarians, but they're not educated enough on the true facts of what's happened in the Middle East. If they don't understand the Barbary pirate, they didn't learn that, and they can't talk about that intelligently, then everything else is off the table as well.
Look at
Go back, it's crazy to me.
Chad says, pretty sure Christianity started in one country. Yeah, but it spread organically by the message. It wasn't, we're going to behead you and kill your entire population while you see it's going in. Okay, so it was a little bit different approach. Yes, you're right there, but it was a lot different on the approach. By the way, just one last word on the Trump.
That's right.
Yeah, one last thing on the
Iran
Trump.
Was amazing before that.
They all were on the Trump drug thing. But here we go.
Row, row your boat gently down the stream. We dropped a bomb right on their heads, the best you've ever seen. The fake news and the left are melting down and throwing fits, 'cause we took these bad hombres out and blew them all to bits. The FAFO president has a message for the cartels. If you bring drugs into our country, we'll bomb you straight to hell. It's called F around and find out. And these bad hombres effed around, and now they found out, and now they're fish food. Trende Aragua is Trende annihilated. Thank you for your attention to this matter.
That's great. You gotta love that. Check out this political ad that was in New Jersey, Jeff. What do you think about this one?
You know what turns me on? A man who takes control. Especially of this. These prices climb higher every month, and they're leaving everyone hot under the collar. If you're tired of getting burned by the New Jersey Democrats, maybe it's time to flip the switch.
Vote Republican before November.
That's awesome.
There you go. It's great.
Hey,
I love
so
it.
So Chip, I actually wrote a song.
What did
we
you?
We're gonna do one, but I actually wrote one for this awesome Lil Prowler here. And this Lil Prowler.
Giving away Prowler? I didn't know we were doing a giveaway. I thought we were not.
We weren't. But I wrote this cool song, so I figured I can give this guy away. If there's Yetis, only if there's. I see people typing in Yeti. Chad's like, when are you gonna run the Yeti promo? There's all these Yetis coming in here, and I had this awesome song. I just didn't put a video to it, so I just downloaded it as a video. But this guy's so cool, and the song's so different. I figured it'd be kind of cool. How many Yetis do we have in the drawing?
2, because nobody typed in Yeti. Guys, typed
in Yeti.
Well, hang on a second. Let me share the screen so everybody knows what to type if you're joining us here. But you want to go ahead and you want to type YETI right there. Type that in there, and then we start collecting them. We've got 4 entries.
Yeti for you.
You can only type it once. It only records it once. You can type it 100 times. It's only going to be one time that you're going to be entered into the drawing to win that badass Yeti that was Jeff was just showing on the screen. So there we go. We got 5. They're pulling in right now, Jeff. So there we go. There it is. Let's play that. Nice. Let's roll that song.
Well, I just realized I don't have the cool picture in there with it. So, but that's okay. Yeah, I just realized I didn't download the cool picture. But all right, we're gonna roll it like this. Here we go.
Go ahead, run it.
Here we go.
Of the White Tribe, Clan Lil Prowlers. Get yours a man wallet ready. The night is cold. The Prowlers awake. From under the ice they crawl, tiny but deadly, eyes like embers, grins that glow. You never hear them coming. They strike with laughter, rulers of chaos, masters of pain. Little claws, big bite, no doubt. Once they prowl in, no one gets out.
Little prowlers rule the night, small in size but built to fight. Swift as wind, cold as steel, legends laugh, the fear is real.
Prowlers, strike quick, tiny titans, Arctic slick, hear the laugh, feel the thrill, badass yetis hunt for the kill. Badassery. Badass Yetis. White Tribe, Lil Prowlers Clan. Born for legend, made for chaos. Claim yours. Or be forgotten. Badass Yetis on the chain.
Ooh, I like that.
Like the banjo?
Earle, Copperhead Road. Yeah, a little. I could hear some of that in there. That was nice.
That was really
cool.
That
was nice. That female voice was great too. That was fantastic.
Yep.
Wait. So Crypto Whelp goes ahead and puts his wallet in there, and Chad reminds him, No, you don't, Crypto Whelp, you don't understand how rigging works. You just don't understand. You just don't.
No, you don't get it.
You don't get it, man. You just don't understand how the rigging works. Man,
talk to Chad. Chad will tell you how it works.
What is wrong with you, man? So go ahead and play the can you play the promo for the Badassery Coffee? And look at this. Wait a minute. I wanted to play this right here. Before you do that.
All right.
Allison says loves her Yeti coffee mug and water bottle. Good. That's the Yeti thing, but you don't have the official Badass Yeti.
Right.
That's a whole different thing.
We don't have a Yeti.
We do have a store where you can buy a Badass Yeti.
Badass. The Badass Yeti.
Badass.
Which would be that guy right there.
Yeah, that's
Badass Yetis. They're Badass Yetis. They're little guys. All right, here we go. This is Badassery Coffee.
$5 for a latte. Half of that feeds some hipster's avocado toast habit. Quit financing coffee fads you don't need. It's time to rebel. Your badass great-grandpa had only one tin cup and brewed his coffee over an open fire. We roast to order, ship free, and keep every bean bold enough to wake the dead. Or at least your 9 a.m. meeting. We make coffee that punches Mondays in the face. Badassery Coffee. Fresh, fierce, great. Roasted fresh, shipped free. Chaos pending. Order now at badasserycoffee.com. Badasserycoffee.com.
We have it right there. Badassery. There it is right there. Best coffee around. You guys can attest to people that buy it in the chat. It is the best. Why? Because it's roasted free. Order comes in, gets roasted, gets sent out. This is badasserycoffee.com. I'll go ahead and stick that in there.
Badassery.
Pop that in there. Boom, right there. Welcome to Planet Badassery. Population, you. That's how it works. There's a couple of different flavors. You got the whole beat. You got the Obsidian Bold. You got the Noir Symphony, Mountain Mist, and you also Brewed Awakening on the Badassery side of things. It is fantastic coffee. Fantastic. And of course, too, Jeff, we also have some new merch in the store. I don't know if anybody's gotten any merch yet. Oh, yeah, Mel Carmine. That's right.
That's so awesome.
That's great.
On here with us. Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, I remember that was like maybe 3 years ago, maybe, right? December, I think it happened.
3 years ago.
3 or 4 years
last
ago.
Year.
Yeah, maybe 3 or 4 years ago. It's been a while.
That was last year.
Oh, Mel Carmine's event. I was thinking about the Miami event. Yeah, that's right. That was yes. Okay, sorry. I got Mel Carmine.
I know all the times kind of go blend together.
No, that was March. That was early March this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a little bit confused. It happens sometimes. That's right, Allison. That's right. Yes, it makes perfect sense. Perfect sense now that you say that.
Cape Canaveral.
Yeah, I know. Okay, man. Chill out.
It seems like it was already 3 years ago. It actually seems like it was more recent than that.
I skipped over the Mel Carmine because I actually thought it was going to. But here you go. There's some
talk about.
There you go right there. There's some Badassery merch. You can get the Badassery logo there. You got the hat. I know Chad got one of these bad boys. I don't know if he got it yet, but there you go right there. The old hat, Badassery. And of course, a bunch of other merch too. On the chain. The Quantum Summit. Yeah, we spoke on that. It was good. It was awesome.
On the
chain.shop. It was fun hanging out with Mel, hanging out with Allison and crew. It was really great event. Loved it.
So Crypto Whelp is getting it now. Rigged address.
Okay, then
you're just not.
No, you're starting to understand. We got 9 entries in here, Jeff. So we're gonna have to spin because we're an hour into this. What do you think?
Yowie once asked a Yeti if he had trouble with shit sticking to his fur. The Yeti said no, so the Yowie wiped his badass.
Oh yeah! Whoa! Hey now! All right. Now. That's insane, man. All right. Well, let's go ahead and look at this guy, Alex Stein. Look at him trolling. Look at him. This guy's got balls of steel. Look at this guy. Confronting armed Antifa at a drag queen story time.
You what? Dude, I'm walking down the street. I'm standing here. I'm allowed. Let him go sideways. Get out of my.
Look how easy that guy just fell over.
I'm not leaving, guys. You're trying to get in my way. I'm here on a public street. Get out of my way. Oh my God, guys, I'm so scared. The Antifa, they brought their play guns, their squirt guns. Oh my God, your arts and crafts time. Did this mess up your arts and crafts time? You guys gonna be able to go home and play with it? Why is it so tiny? Look how scary they are. Oh my God, this guy's so scared. I'm so scared. He's got his gun, his big gun. He's a big bad guy. Oh my God.
How he doesn't get shot.
Protecting these children so they can go get indoctrinated and go in there for transgender story time. You're such a good American. God bless this guy. Look at him. I'm scared. How dare you?
Oh my God. Oh my God.
It goes on, but we're going to go ahead. Now it's time, guys. We got 11 in here. We are going to go ahead and we are going to do the drawing.
Rigged should be the registration word. We'll probably change that from now on. That'll be rigged. Type in rigged.
It will be rigged. Type in rigged because it's rigged. Yeah, that's because it's a public address, StreamYard.com/giveaway. Of course we have something to do with it. Of course we've been able to hack a public event. Of course we have. Yeah, love this guy. He's great. Yeah. Pimp on a blimp. Okay, we got 11 in here. Jeff, cue up the badass song, and then we'll go ahead and hit draw, and we will see who rigged it again. That's not the right one. There we go. Yeah. Okay, let's go, guys. Let's see who's gonna win. We got a 1 in 11 chance. Go. Yeah, it is. You know the drill. Winner gets their Zaman wallet ready. Boom. Ice wine wins. Get your badass. Yet your Zaman wallet. And you won that little badass. I know you're here because you just said pick the rigged winner. You were the rigged winner.
Did he really say that? That's
we picked the rigged winner. It was you.
See, Crypto Whelp, he understands. the concept of the rig.
Okay, he's got the first part right. Now go grab your wallet.
Exactly how you do it. You got to throw it in, just like Chad did the other night. He threw it in, said something about, who's going to pick the rigged winner or something. So Ice Wine gets it.
Vision Vendetta's not sure what to type anymore. Yeah, maybe next time we'll surprise you with rigged. So you guys will be typing
Rigged.
Yeti the whole show, and we tell you it's rigged. 3 people will do it.
It's
You'll have a really good chance to win. So,
well, everyone types it anyway. Rigged.
congrats,
rigged,
dude.
rigged.
Congrats, Eyes Wine. Love the rig stuff. This is a blast. Yeah. Okay, we know you're here. We need your wallet, boss. Johnny picks his guys.
What can we infer from all the star lineup coming to swell? That's good.
I don't know. I'll let you know.
That's a good one. What would you infer from that? Let's see who's there. All the star lineup. Swell's pretty big, anyways.
It's a phenomenal cast, man. It really is. Probably, I think we kind of know what you can infer from people that are going to be there. The giants in the industry, based on all of what Ripple's been doing. Ripple's a powerhouse, man. Ripple is so. I mean, from 2 years ago, jeez, man, they're such a different organization. You got your stuff. You got to you have it. Oh, do you have his wallet? You have his wallet, Jeff.
Checking. I'll tell you in a minute if I have it.
Yeah, you have it.
Doesn't mean
you must have it. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Come on. You know the thing.
You know the thing.
Come on now.
You have to know the thing, dude. You have to know the thing.
Are you ready, Ice Wine? Transfer this bad boy over to you right now.
I wanted to play this. Trump talking about the ballroom.
The top people come over from China. They're getting these big, beautiful. They put a tent on the White House. We don't have a ballroom at the White House. I offered, by the way, Jerry, years ago to build a ballroom at the White House, free of charge, $100 million ballroom. I said, we'll get the top 5 architects in America. We'll get the top people, top everything. We'll have the best ballroom, because I noticed they always put tents up on the lawn. Number one, it's not a good security thing. Number two, the guy that owns the tents is making a fortune, okay? This poor guy, I mean, he's making so much money. All he needs is one tent, and he charges them so much, he's making a fortune. All right. But I said, I will build a ballroom. I gave it to the Obama. I actually told David Axelrod, a good guy, very capable guy. I told David Axelrod, David, I will build a ballroom free of charge, at least $100 million. We'll make it the finest ballroom in the world. We'll put it someplace so it works contextually, magnificently. It'll be done. We'll have committees set up. I never heard back. It's
Or should hear back.
I've never heard back. Never.
Back then it was $100 million. Now it's $200 million. So you can see that's gone up double. So,
and it's paid for in full.
Yeah,
it's awesome. It is very, very
making a
cool.
site for Zaman users to send and receive NFTs with just a link. Oh, okay. I find it hard to contain myself when I think of what XRP will do. Yeah, it's, man. Well, I just love what Brad Garlinghouse said in that last post, where like it's at the heart of everything we do. There's so much great news coming out, man. It's starting to get real. It's starting to get fun.
That's right. So,
and somebody was saying I'm not selling until it hits 1,000. That's my game plan. I'm like, look, man, I'm just looking for $4 right now. Can you give me $4 or $5? I'm just not looking for a lot. Just give me $4 or $5. I mean, we got to have a starting jump off point. Like, just break $4 and I'll be like, whoa, So anyway, there's all that. Yeah. Well, I think it was 250 is what $250 million. So anyway, Jeff, did you ever find Eyes Wines?
I found it and it's been transferred.
There you go.
And you now have it.
Oh, Cynthia, you're
Now
late. We've already done the Yeti drawing.
Zeshon.
Too late. You missed it. I was hoping it wasn't going to go through, but that's it, man. That's all the time we have.
Here's a parting thought. This Elon Musk put this out. Suicidal empathy is killing Western civilization. It's good to have empathy, but we can't allow our empathy to be abused to the point of extinction. Swedish politician who fought for equality and open borders is beheaded in the Congo. Zeta Caitlin was a Swedish Green Party politician who believed in everything that he just said.
Yeah, it was garbage.
So,
there you go. They kill you.
They get treated. They kill you.
Yeah, and if you're an LGBTQ plus elemento Y, whatever Z, go over there.
And good luck.
You like protesting here? Go over and protest anything. Good luck. See how long you make it. It's a different world, people. It's a different world. So that's how it works. Great show. Appreciate you guys. Belgium is out. I'll see you later. Jeff, anything before we get out of here?
We'll be back here Wednesday evening, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with more fun. That's it.
More fun to do it, guys. We'll see you on the next one. Chip and Jeff out.
Are you down with OTC? Please like, subscribe, and click the bell to be notified when the next video drops.